exactly 3 years since I took an international trip. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing absolutely fine. I am so excited. I am in Vietnam. I am in the city of Hanoi, which is the capital. And the two biggest things about Vietnam, one, it's a beer, a heaven of beers, and it's the second largest producer for coffee. So yes, if you're a lover for coffee or beer, this is your destination. Other than that, I'm going to be taking you for an entire tour of what you need to do, what all you can do in Hanoi, what is the currency look like, and how do you convert it to INR, and so much more is going to happen. I'm going to take you through the local food, what all you must buy, what are the mode of transports that you can use to go from one place to another, and how far are these places, where is the best place to stay, and all this is all about the video. Enough of talking, let me take you through. But don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you still haven't, and comment your thoughts below. Let's go.
First and foremost, have a Google map and the map of the city, which will be available easily at the airport, hotel, or any money exchanger, considering the language is a big barrier here. The first destination on the list was the Note Coffee. This is a cozy and comfortable cafe surrounded by notes that will inspire you, make you feel happy and blessed. You can take a coffee and some snacks and sit around. I decided to get the Vietnamese cold coffee, which is now my favorite. With that, I got the cutest note that made my day, and I've kept it really close to my heart. It was time to head to the next destination through these interesting streets and meeting these interesting people. Just smile off and walk away. One of the things you should keep in mind while staying in Hanoi is that find a hotel in the Old Quarter area. This is where I stayed. I stayed at the Imperial, which you can check out in the link in the description below.
So I'm exploring the streets of Hanoi, and this is crazy. So I've taken one map and I'm just exploring the places I always wanted to see. The best mode of transport is actually to walk. If you don't like walking, then there is taxis and there is their local rickshaw, which is quite cool actually. But yeah, you have to bargain all the time. You'll also find money exchange, travel, and lots of clothes on the way. And I'm heading towards having some egg coffee, which is quite bizarre, but I will give you my review on the way. By the way.
The next place to visit is the oldest coffee shop in Hanoi to try the famous egg coffee. This cafe has kept its ethnicity that will charm you at once. I ordered for the much awaited egg coffee by pointing at the menu card, since language, like I told you, is a little barrier. The consistency of the coffee is quite thick, as it's a good mix of coffee and egg. Don't forget to stir it before you try it. And then, here's what I thought about it.
I'm a little scared to try this one. Let's give it a shot.
I decided to take the local rickshaw for my next destination. It is called Cyclo. It is a 3-wheel bicycle taxi that was appeared in Vietnam during the French colonial times, and now it's a popular mode of transport in Hanoi.
I've taken the local auto, and this is super exciting because I've never sat in something like this. It looks something like this. I am the only one to sit, but two people can easily sit basically. And this fellow, say hi, he is cycling me, and this is super exciting. So I am super excited. We're heading to the church now after some amazing egg coffee, and actually it was quite interesting and quite nice. So you have to give it a shot when you come to Vietnam, ever. One of the things that I learned here is you have to keep bargaining. If you don't bargain, they are going to take you for a ride, and surely they will. So you have to be very careful when you are dealing with vendors here. And another thing very important is that a lot of food vendors especially,
get start giving you things without your permission. Like they will give you buns and stuff without your permission, say sample, and you eat it, and then you have to of course pay for it. But it's quite nasty sometimes. I personally think it's not cool. You take, you give it only with permission. I don't understand the whole concept, but I guess this is how they make people pay for stuff. But yeah, I think this is something you have to be careful, so you don't deal with vendors especially. Just walk past by unless you want to actually buy something, some food item or something like that. And these vendors are not the ones that are standing on the streets, but the ones with the cart and everything. So those people, yes.
Finally reached St. Joseph's Cathedral, that was constructed similar to the Notre Dame in Paris by the French in 1884. Now you can only see it from the outside, take good pictures, and if you're lucky, you can witness some pre-wedding shoots and some models around. Next destination on my list was the railway street. I was absolutely excited, but here's the truth, it doesn't exist anymore. I was sad, and guess what I did next? I headed to the nearest street restaurant.
Destination that I was super excited about was the Jane Street, and I kept thinking that how excited I would be when I see it. But here's what happened: it was shut, like you just saw, and I was so disappointed, man. I was like, my God, why? Anyway, so I decided to head back, but this was even better. On the way back, I found a local restaurant right here, which serves, of course, local food and some local beer. So I decided to stay back, took a little walk, and I decided to stay back, and this is what the view is. I'm sitting right outside, and cars are just moving, and this is so cool. So I'm going to show you what I've ordered. I have ordered basically noodles with some meat. It's up to you what choice of meat you like. Also, there are vegetarian options as well on the street, so which is great for the vegetarian people. And yeah, I'm enjoying some local beer, so cheers to that. इसमें सच बताऊं, यहाँ के नूडल्स हमेशा कच्चे रहते हैं. हिंदी में बात करेंगे कि इसमें क्या करेंगे. If you like कच्चा noodle, this is where you should come. But I love the beer.
You can also take the Hanoi city tour, and or else you can keep walking and find your own destination.
The next on the list was the famous Red Bridge, which is iconic because it is now a Buddhist temple on the bank of the lake. This is what it looks like in the evening, and it's gorgeous. The one thing that intrigued me about the Vietnamese is how they are so religious and their prayers are so pure. The offerings to the gods blew my mind completely. They offer them everything they eat and drink, from fruits, beer, biscuits, chocolates, and so much more. It was truly a spiritual and beautiful experience, and one must go and feel that just the way I did. From here, I headed to the famous Puppet Theatre, which is a landmark in Hanoi. Suggest you to book the tickets well in advance to grab the best seats.
There are about 4 to 5 shows a day, so you can choose from one of them. And yes, choose the best seats like I told you.
Considering it is all in Vietnamese, I would suggest also to bring an audio translator, which costs you about 50,000 in the local currency.
Price varies from the seat you choose. Always go for the front seat because the view is always better.
And let the show begin.
Quái quái là có vật gì ẩn hiện gần đây. Hàn kiếm thần giá trắng và tay đen sư hết lũ quái yêu trêu nhiêu. Xin hãy dần thưa nhà đất nước đã.
Okay, so I just came back from the puppet show. Okay, see, this is my honest review, okay? So don't take me personally. It's a 1.5 hour show about. So, couple of things you have to also pick up the audio translator because of course it's in Vietnamese, so it will be a little difficult to understand. This puppet show is basically, I have already given you glimpses, so I'll just give you a little summary of what the puppet show is all about. It's basically a lot related to their culture and their history and stuff like that. It's good. You will kind of get a little bored in between because I felt a little stretchy at some point of time, and I mean, to each its own, but I think it was quite long for me, honestly. Other than that, it was very beautiful. What impressed me, I'll tell you honestly, what impressed me was the singers. I mean, they've been doing it like forever now, and how do you justify puppets in water? I mean, how do they do this? It is so impressive. And in the end, when I showed you the clip, I also showed you the artists who were behind the puppets, and it was so impressive. And I was just, wow. I mean, that was really, really impressive. And the way it visually is so impactful, I think hats off to that. The ticket is about so it also depends on which section you're taking. I took the front section, like closer to the stage. It was about 200 local currency, 2 lakh local currency. And yeah, it gets lesser as you go back, but I'll always suggest if you want to watch the show, you have to watch it from the front. It is worth it. And yes, if you are fond of history and culture, this is the kind of show you should watch. And yes, I'm sure you've been enjoying this, and now I'm not going to bore you too much. I am going to head to my next destination. I am actually planning to today is 8th of October, 8th of November. I am as per my shoot, I am actually trying to capture the lunar eclipse, and I hopefully can. So if that happens, I will sure to show you that. And then after that, I'm actually going to hit some local food, and also I'm going to get some foot massage. So foot massage is pretty popular here, and it's about 150 local currency, and you can convert it. So at the moment, the conversion is 1 lakh is equal to 350 rupees INR, and here the currency is actually in thousands. It starts from say 1000, goes up till 5 lakhs and 10 lakhs also. So you can actually figure that out once you're here. So be careful when you're here. Be careful about one thing, that you don't give the wrong note to somebody, and somebody can of course
be nasty enough to mug you, but that you have to be careful about anyway. Yeah, so these are few tips that I just had to kind of put in, and that's it. Okay, I think enough talking. I'll just get ready and head to my next destination.
Don't forget to shop a little and take back a bag full of gifts for your friends and family. Also, don't forget to bargain.
I sure to recommend you to pick up some good coffee from Vietnam. Also from there you have to try the local food here. Well, not everything is kacha and sweet. So well, you can try the banami, which was one of my favorite things to try for. This is a bun full of veggies, chicken, meat, and lots of good sauces, and you will, trust me, love it. And don't forget to have at least one beer.
After a hectic day, all you want is a good foot massage and some happy faces. Here I was at the spa for a relaxing experience and just look at my feet dipped into just some rose water. It is the next day, just last two things on the list are left. That's the oldest university of Vietnam and the famous night market, which is along the Beer Street. The oldest university in Vietnam is called the Temple of Literature and National University, right in the center of Hanoi. This is Vietnam's first national university, and now a temple is built within the university, and it's just so peaceful. The preserved ancient architectural styles from many dynasties will blow your mind completely. You will also learn about how the education system grew and formed in Vietnam. What beautiful structures there were in so many positive ways. market happens next to the beer street and it is just so much fun. A lot of bargaining, lot of clothes and bags and so much more. Also don't forget to bargain. As I said, this place is full of bargaining and lots of things to shop. On your way, you'll see a lot of musicians and you can enjoy some local music with local beer. What more can you ask for?
Sao mà ai quên nhà anh đi chân ra chúc bà.
That's it for Hanoi. I will see you next week with another adventure.